Hey guys, it's Just Be Audrey Lane. I am actually on early with you guys because I was having a little bit of a struggle of do I want to do a video today or not. But remember, I tell you guys, well, I wanted to do a video, but I have so much that came to me, and it was like, how do I put this together so that it doesn't sound like I'm rambling on. So I need to, even now in this moment, ask God to just take over so that I can get everything out that He wants me to get out in a true way, a genuine way. So God help me in this. Man, when you are navigating the space, one, I know that I can't do it. I have to really give it over to God because He knows way better than I do. I thank Him so much for just creating in me a purpose. I want to say being on here and talking with you guys is solely a purpose for me. And that's just one of it. Because this helps me get a lot out. This helps me get a lot out. And talking with God's purpose and meaning for you guys. It truly helps me where I can say at the end of the day, thank you, God. And that's one of the things where I wanted to talk and share with you guys. Because, yesterday I did gratefulness. And today I just wanted to tell Him thank you. And it came up in one of my books that I read in the morning, and because this morning did not go like how my mornings normally would go, I actually did sleep a little bit in today, and I didn't do the routine of how I normally would do things, and I'm breaking out of always wanting to do a routine. Now get this, routines are good because it gives you where you're on schedule for things. However, I don't want to put God as a routine for me. Like, oh, I read this first, and then I go on to that one, and then I move into this one. That is no way. God isn't like that. So it was like, God, thank you for allowing me to sleep in. My body felt really rested. My mind did, and I told Him, I said, God, I thank you for you letting me kind of do it this way because I was able to have a peace about it and go into work, and I went into our break room area, and that's where I did a lot of my stuff. And it was like I don't have to worry about, oh, I can only do this at home in this area, in this corner, and do it like that. When God is like, you do know, you just said, I'm not in a box, but why are you trying to put me in a box? Jesus. So it was good for me to do it like that because I have to do God in a way that, He speaks to me and tell me to do it. And you know, I wasn't even rushing this morning. I wasn't late for work or any of that. So it wasn't like, oh, let me rush and do this and do this and do this. I just did it totally different. And how about this? For me, at one point, everything had to be, this way or that way, or the day may, in my head, may have been thrown off, or something that, would go wrong. I would like, see, that's because you did it like that. Yeah, no. How about the day just go when things may happen? But I thank God for him breaking that for me, that I don't have to think like that, because it's awesome to just like know that, okay, this it's fine just like this. It's fine that I didn't do it in a way that I normally do. I still made sure I made time for God. And how about this? My coworkers, they get me. Oh, that's all back there, and she's doing, because they know I'll walk around singing or praying, or you know, even dancing with and we're, hey, whenever. So it was good for me to kind of just get out of my head that I don't have to do that. Like someone says, breaking the chain, break the chain. I don't have to do things in a order way. God does order your steps. That's one thing He does. But you notice I said God, not you, not me. We don't have to worry about that order. He's going to do it for us. And literally, I made the time to sit with Him because I, I have to. That's where I find the calmness and the peace, man. And it was good because you know things were coming up today, and I was able to just go into prayer, and I constantly kind of I pray no matter what. I don't just pray because I would say the things that was coming up today weren't bad things, not at all. Not at all. But it's just so funny that I can come out and pray for everything. It doesn't have to be big, small, whatever. I will just start praying. How about this? I just pray because, just because. I don't even know where it came from, because years ago I wasn't like this. I mean, when I tell you and I say it to you guys often, a change literally just came upon me out of nowhere. I mean, you guys better pray, because things do happen. When I look back now, I'm like, wow, matter a matter of months, weeks. So that was just one of the things that kind of came to my head today. But another thing was speaking life into your situation. You know, you know, I am going through a divorce right now, and I can't even explain just the joy and the peace I have from it. Like, if this would have been a couple months ago, I thought that it would have been, you know, all kinds of craziness. But that's where my mind was trying to take me. Whereas though now I have really come to terms with, it's the best thing for me. It's the best thing for my children and I, for us to move. And it's the best thing for my husband, for him to just, you know, have his peace, you know. And I wanted to speak life into the situation, because divorce doesn't have to be a bitter thing. It doesn't have to be where you're angry or hurt. Now, it was some crazy stuff that went on of reasons why I am getting a divorce, but I I don't even want to. It's not like I'm trying to mask that. Oh, let me not think about it, because it happened. It won't change anything. But the only thing I can concentrate on is the fact of, God, I asked you for this and you saw fit for it. So please, God, help me in this space. Help me with navigating through a positive separation, a positive, you know, space of where my husband and I will still be friends. I don't see why we can't. It's a lot of things of I would say, like I told you guys, the a lot of what I would say with trust is I can trust him to be a father, and I can trust him to be a friend, but I no longer have to worry about trusting him to be a husband. And that's a great thing. You know, I don't have to have him in that kind of a space of where, I have to accommodate, no matter what is being done, I have to accommodate, and make sure that I'm, you know, looking out for the best interest of us as a whole. Now the new space is I still have to navigate us being friends because we're parents. We have children together. And I'm just asking God to help me in that space because I mean, oh Jesus, I don't want to live in a crazy mindset of, oh, I've seen how, you know, this person, you know, handled divorce. Maybe I should handle it like that. I was kind of in the wrong thinking of, you know, oh, you just stopped talking. That's not true. How does that help anything? That doesn't help you with communication, with the fact that you have children together. Now, when it comes to our conversations about us talking deeply about one another, you know, those won't go a long distance of a conversation, but I can still be, you know, kind and sweet and all of that and not fake it. That's the whole thing about it is I don't want to be in a fake dry space. I am, trust me, and it was some hurtful stuff that went on, but I thank God that I don't want to navigate that space in a hurtful thing. Like, I, oh, when I tell you guys, I am so like grateful for this and looking forward to when it's all said and done. When it's a no longer, and this isn't a bad thing of a Mr. and Mrs. It's just him and then it's Audrey Elaine. You know, I get to find out, I'm finding out in these moments now of where I enjoy things different. I am enjoying my space by myself right now. I am enjoying, getting to know Audrey Elaine, outside of the wife and the mom, you know, name. I am finding out things that I like and then what I don't like. And it was weird because I had, remember I told you guys I'm trying like different things, different foods, different, all kinds of, um, different, you know, TV shows, books, everything. And I I feel like the best thing I can do for me is to work on me. That I don't have to be attached to anyone, right now. Attached to God and my children, yes. But I don't have to, you know, attach myself to another male, another another man for a relationship right now. I I I am so like finding out who Audrey Lane is, and it's a good thing. Ooh, when I tell you, a lot of my prayers when I'm talking with God is me saying that God, I want to, go do this. I love being, one thing I did before my husband and I got together was be adventurous. I love zip lining, rock climbing. Um, you know, I would say, well, I was kind of tomboyish, so climbing trees and climbing stuff for me was like really good. So now I'm like, I want to go skydiving, bad, parasailing, bad. You know, we had went and we had went to this hotel where you can kind of um, go and stand and kind of like look out. And I want to say it was okay, but all I can imagine is like, man, I want to have the harness and all that stuff on and like, whoop, kind of just fall down and like, that's the best way of sightseeing. So I'm finding out things that I want to do in the richer stuff. I want to get back into that. I want to, do the jet skiing and stuff. And that's not really adventurous. But however, it is something that I want to get back into doing. Um, I'm finding out I love, you know, like nature. I used to, you know, go fishing and I really, you know, love touching slimy, sticky, nicky stuff. I kind of like want to get back. It's so many things that I want to get back in, and more so other stuff that I want to kind of just try, just because, you know. So I am going. Another thing that came to me too was the boldness. I'm being bold in things. I'm just going to go out and do it. And as long as I know God has my back and He's riding with me on this and He's actually, in control of everything, I'm going to try and do it. I so want to know Audrey Lane a whole lot better and outside of being mom. You know, I, have great backing from my children because they're like, Mom, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it because my kids are older. They're not babies anymore where I have to, you know, make sure they have like sitters that around the clock for them. They do need where someone can be watching them and watching over them, but they're not babies. So I'm going out and I'm trying things, and it's wonderful. You know what is a venture for me, but some people may not think it is? Opening up my mouth and talking with people. That's not something I really would do. Like getting on here, like I told you guys, this is all new for me. I love to talk, but it was not it was all kinds of different talk that I didn't really need to have. But I love the conversations that I've been having lately. I actually opening up my mouth to tell people I need your help with teaching me this. And it's been happening. I mean, I'm having people just wanting to show up and help me with that. God has been sending them my way, so thank you. I am finding out that I love to, you know, read books, and the right kind of books, because one of my favorite authors who got me to read when I was in ninth grade was a book by Jackie Collins. And it opened my head up for reading, and then it kind of like made me want to read more. And then I kind of stopped, you know. But now I'm like, come on, bring it on. And I'm getting better with the reading, and it's amazing. You know, like I shared with you guys the other day, I had a retired teacher who is helping me with reading, and that's an adventure for me. It's something new, you know. It's something where I'm like, man, thank goodness I'm doing it, you know. So I wanted to speak to you guys about being bold and what what is something that you think might be holding you down. Don't let it hold you down. Turn it around and be bold in it. Be bold because, like it's said all the time, and we know it. We're not meant to be in fear. We're not meant that fear will hold us down. And you cannot let it happen. You got to pray and ask God to remove it from you. And then when you feel like something is about to come up, go into prayer. I go into prayer a lot. You know, even with talking with people, one good thing about what I make sure that I do is I can, pray instantly. And I thank God for it because, like I told you guys, I was up at the altar every every Sunday, you know, and now I'm like, man, thank you, God, that I can see now where you're like, when are you going to come to me? When are you going to open up your mouth and you have a conversation with me? And I thank God for the fact that him and I are talking more, you know, getting into some deep issues of what I need to do better, things I need to like let go, things I need to not even have into my head, you know, correction. You know, a while ago, one of the very first sermons I heard my pastor talk about, preach about, was submit, obey, and listen. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. And I don't even know if he said it in that order, but I know those three words, submit. You gotta submit to God. You have to. You have to. Obey. Whew, obey. And listen. And some people may say you gotta listen, then submit, obey. For me, those three, it doesn't even have to be in some order, but those three right there for me was enough to know that I want that kind of relationship with God where I can actually submit to Him, obey Him, and listen to Him. And we've been doing that. I thank Him for that because your girl a while ago was not doing it. And I love the fact that now I get to have a relationship with him. And it's so weird because the enemy wants to come up and say, oh, the minute you want to do this, this comes about and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? I got the biggest fighter and the biggest person on my side, and this guy. So if you got a problem with it, you take it up with him. But I don't even go into the conversations with him because you want to know something? He likes when you want to give even a word back to him. So we have to learn to instantly cut off that and just go right into prayer with God. So I just wanted to let you guys know that you are fearful and things, get it out of you because God didn't create you to be fearful. If you are, put it like that, I'm sorry I worded that wrong. If you are fearful for anything, pray and ask God to remove it and for him to step into your life and take over because he will. So you guys definitely have a bold evening. Remember that God is on your side. He has you. Sorry about that, guys. And he's not going to hurt or harm you. So I hope you guys enjoy your evening. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. You guys, man, it is even so much more that I want to share with you guys. But let God navigate your space. I think that's going to be the title of this tonight. And even though I know I was all over the place and rambling, I just had to get it out because, like I told you, I wanted to talk to you guys genuine. And if it's not something that I believe that God is having me to say, I don't want to say it. You guys know that I ramble, but yeah, when it comes up in my belly, I want to come and get it right on out. hmm But don't have the spirit of fear in you at all. Keep on going and pressing, even in their hard times and even in the times of things going on around you. You pray, ask God to remove it, and you keep on moving and growing in it. Then I tell you guys that growth is uncomfortable, but I'm telling you, you're going to be all right. Because just this time last year, I wasn't here. This time next year, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be elevated up even more. So I thank God for that. I thank Him for being in the midst of my life and everything. And I have even more to say. So I probably do 2 videos tonight. I probably do. Because I'm going to get the kiddos down here so they can eat. Get my husband off of work. And get back on, because I always have where I be trying to multitask. And I don't want to do that with you guys. I don't want to be short in it, but then be long doing some other just rambling stuff. But I do have more because I wanted to touch base with you guys about not fearing. You know, don't live in fear. You know, to keep on pressing on because God has something for you. So don't live in a moment of oh, I'm scared to do it. Don't be scared. Get out there and do it. Man, if I would have lived like that, who knows if I would have got on and did any of that. God pushed it where I got the papers for the divorce, and next thing you know, I was fine, and I was like, let me get on because I do want to ask people how to get through this, and just even through all of it, God has been like, I'm going to tell you how to get through it. You could be fine with me. Yeah, you can get where people can comment and share, but I'm going to get you through this. You just going to be on there so you have where you're going to voice things up out of you. And when I tell you, it's amazing for it to get up off of me, and I'm not sitting and letting things fester in me and my mind racing and all that. I don't have to do that. Thank God for it. So yeah, I probably do get back on tonight because I definitely want to get back on and talk to you guys about stepping out of fear, not even going back to it. Don't turn, don't look back at all. Don't look back at all. Proceed forth. Keep on going. So, you guys have a good one. I'll be back on. And thank you so much for subscribing to your girl Audrey Lane. Y'all know I always do this. Hit the subscribe button. And I will be talking with you guys again. So, y'all have a good evening. Bye now.